Hello there and welcome to today's ballet bar class. Today for props, all you really need is a nice sturdy chair and if you like a yoga mat. So that's all we need to do this bar class inspired by ballet and give ourselves an amazing lower body workout. All right, let's get going. So you're going to start facing your bar with legs nice and wide in a nice second position. So we've got our toes slightly open to the side, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a plie. We're going to contract our backs, we're going to come up and we're going to rise. We're going to plie, open the knees, contract the spine, straighten the legs and rise up. And again, contract down, rolling up and rise. Last one, and then we're going to add in some arms. Straighten and rise. So arms out to second position. We're going to contract, hug the arms around a beach ball, back to second and rise, arms to fifth. And I want you to keep the core nice and tight, open the knees nice and wide. As you rise, close the rib cage, nice long neck. Keep going, warming up the spine, warming up the feet. And just make it really nice and fluid, contracting that spine. Good. Two more here. Nice long imaginary earrings to keep your shoulders down. Don't let the earrings touch your shoulders. Good. Now we're going to do a big plie and we're going to lean over to the side. And again, plie in through a contraction and lean over to the other side. So a nice deep side bend. Good. Stretching out the sides of the waist. Good. Keep going. Contract and over and contract and over. Let's do one more each side. Contract that spine. Nice big side bend. Deep plie. Open the knees. Last one here. Good. And then just hold it in your grand plie in second. And we're going to do almost like a cat and cow. So you're going to contract and then you're going to arch the spine and look up. Rocking the pelvis backwards and forwards, staying in your nice deep grand plie. Keep those knees nice and open, getting down as low as you can. Good. And last one here. And we're just going to roll through the feet, so coming back into a nice neutral spine, popping up onto the tippy toes, standing up, and then gently lowering those heels on straight legs, zipping up the pelvis, keeping the ribs closed. Rise and lower. Plie, roll through, rise and lower. Plie, roll through, rise and lower. Last one. Good. End in a plie and just walk your feet together, sixth position or parallel. And again, we're going to contract and arch, cat and cow. Good. Keep breathing, warming up the spine more than anything, warming up the knees, nice and gentle. Good. Last one. And again, plie, roll up, rise and lower. Zip up the core, close the ribs. There we go. And plie, pop the heels, rise and lower. And plie, pop the heels, straighten and lower. Keep going. Pop, rise, two more. Plie, pop, rise and lower. Good. We're going to take the right leg and you're just going to turn it to the back. Legs are facing forward and we're just doing a twist. Nice deep bend, so kind of a lunge, stretching out your calf muscle at the back, holding onto the bar for support. Right arm just sweeps overhead and back. Just a port de bras, overhead and back. So spine twist, calf stretch, and warming up the spine. All together in one. Three more. And then we change to the other side. Last one here. Gentle movements. Good. And changing sides, facing away. Nice deep lunge. And over. And back. Over. And back. Good. Keep breathing. And just enjoy this beautiful movement in the upper body, feeling free, feeling light, breathing air and space into the ribcage. Last one. Good. And then coming back to face your bar and getting ready for plies. All right, just shake it out. Good. We're going to start in first position, and we're zipping up the core, we're closing the ribs, nice long neck, remember your earrings, and we're just going to do plie, stretch, rise and lower, plie, stretch, rise and lower, plie, stretch, rise and lower, plie, stretch, rise and lower. Let's turn to face the front and add in an arm. So we're going to go plie, stretch, rise to fifth and lower, plie, stretch, rise and lower, plie, stretch, rise, zip up the core, close the ribs, rise. Let's take it out to second position and do the exact same thing. Nice deep grand plie, stretch, rise and lower, plie, stretch, rise and lower. That's it. So you really want to be opening up those knees to the side, closing the rib cage, trying not to arch in the back. Last one. Good. And to fourth. Plie, stretch, rise and lower. Good. So really trying to open the knees out sideways like a diamond, especially the back knee. The back knee is the one that doesn't want to usually open. So be conscious of that back knee opening out to the side. Shoulders down. Beautiful, graceful arms. 2 more. And last one. Good. Now we're going to do plie, and then we're just going to lift up the back leg. Plie, front leg. Plie, back leg. Plie, front leg. So when you lift a bent leg turned out like this, it's known as attitude. So we're lifting attitude devant and attitude derrière through a plie and forth. So you're lifting that leg as high as you can, really using the muscles, using the quad muscles in the front and the glute muscles at the back. Good. Lifting that leg ideally all the way to 90 degrees off the floor, but if you can only get it to 45, that's also fine. Couple more. Shoulders stay down. Keep opening those knees out sideways. Last one here. Good. And let's just take that leg out to second, and we're going to do second, and we're going to come into a releve. Second and a releve. That's it. Good. Working your arm as well as you do this. Opening the knees out. So always opening those knees out, but keeping the core nice and tight, closing the rib cage. Good. Last 2. Last one. Hold it there. And now we're just going to be doing some hip circles. So we're going to turn the knees parallel, stay on a bent leg, and I just want you to do some hip circles. So just tracing a nice big circle with this knee, staying on a bent supporting leg. Legs are parallel so that you can really just focus on the working leg. And change directions. Backwards, out and up. Backwards, out and up. That's it. Good. Increasing hip mobility and strength. That's it. Good. Last one. And then we're just going to come into a figure 4 shape and sink down. So you've crossed your ankle over your knee, pressing down the other knee. You can even rest your elbow on it if you want. Or if you want, you can try and balance one arm, maybe both. Hold this position. Nice deep stretch in the glutes. Sink down nice and low. The lower you go, the better. Hold it there. Lengthen the left side of your body. Lengthen your spine, long neck. Good, and then coming up and then lifting that foot up all the way to the pelvis for a tree position. Holding it there, seeing if you can balance. Good, nice. So tree is kind of the precursor to retire, which we're going to do next. So just feel for having nice long waist on both sides evenly. Make sure that the hips are evenly squared, that they're not swaying forwards or backwards, tilting up and down on the left or the right side. And you're not sinking into the supporting leg, you're lifting out of that leg. And now let's just pop the foot into retire. So you're just pointing the foot, nothing else changes. You've still got that knee pressing out open to the side. Arms in first, and see if you can take a rise and balance. Rise up, hold. Long neck, shoulders down. Squeeze that inner corset, close the rib cage, and if you can, you balance. Good, hold it there. And come down and shake it all out. Really, really good. Just walk it out. And I'm going to move my chair to the other side so that we can do everything. All right, so we're starting with our plies in first. Facing the front, arm out to second, and plie, stretch, rise and lower. Plie, stretch, rise. Now when you stretch, you really want to stretch those legs as much as you can. I want you to even squeeze the inner thighs at the top. Squeeze those legs together like they cannot get close enough. So you're not just straightening, you are squeezing. And that's going to build those beautiful strong legs that you want, those ballerina legs. Good. Plie, stretch. 3 more. 2 more. Last one here. Good. Long neck. Take it out to second for me. And again, grand plie in second. Sumo squat. And rise. So same move, different name. It's either a grand plie in second or a sumo squat. Either way, you want that rib cage in a corset, low abdominals zipped up, long back, long neck. Open those knees out to the side. Use the power of the glutes to open those knees. Last 2. Breathe. Last 1. And we go to 4th position. Good. So just switching the legs, one in front of the other. Plie, stretch, rise, and plie. Remember the back knee. The back knee needs to open sideways just as much as the front. And if it means you can't quite get as deep in your plie, that's fine. Try not to lift the back heel off the ground. Try your best to keep it on the ground. Use those muscles. 2 more here. And keep breathing. Imagine those earrings, long neck. And last one. Good. All right, now we're going to go plie. We're going to lean forward and lift the back leg into attitude derriere. Plie through 4th, front leg, attitude devant. And keep going. Arm stays out to the side, or if it's too much, you can always bring your arm down to your hip and just hold it there. And think about your posture. You always want a nice, long, erect spine. Shoulders down, long neck. Good. Work the whole body at once, not just the legs. Good. That's it. 1 more in each direction. Plie, lift, plie, lift. Good, and let's take it out to second, and we're going to bring it into retire. So we're going to plie and bring it in. Plie to retire. And again, keep going. I can even feel this in my shoulder. So that's the great thing about ballet. You work your arms without even trying. Just by having good posture and a beautiful shape, you are forced to build beautiful arms. Open those knees out to the side. 3 more. Open it out. 2 more. And hold it there. Good. Come back to parallel. Bend the supporting leg, just a slight bend. And let's do those hip circles. Keep those ribs closed. Zip up the lower abdominals. Inner corset, tightening. Keep that core nice and strong. Just focus on mobilizing in the hip joint. That's it. And change directions. Back, out, and around. Back, out, and around. Building healthy hips. Working on that mobility. The soft bend in the knee is going to help you keep working the lower body. You should be feeling it. Last 2. Good, and get ready for figure 4. Cross that ankle over, flex the foot, and bend down. Trying to drop this other knee down to the ground so you can really stretch out the glute. Nice long spine. Think about the length in the waist. Make sure that left side and right side are equally lengthened. If you like, you can try and lift one arm up overhead. Maybe the other one, hold it there. Nice deep bend. How low can you go? Get small, get low. Drop that knee down to the ground, bend nice and low. Inhale. And exhale brings you up. Just grab hold of that ankle, bring your foot into tree pose, lift up nice and tall, make your spine really long. See if you can balance in your tree pose. A nice calming moment of yoga here in between the chaos of our bar. So just take it all in, breathe deeply. Now check your hips. Are they evenly aligned? Are they swaying, tipping, tilting? Make sure they're perfectly evenly aligned. Zip up the lower abs, close the ribs, don't sink into the supporting side, and change nothing. Knee stays open. You're just going to point the foot and you're in a retire position. Hold it there, open the knees, zip up the core. See if you can rise and balance. Arms come to first position. Get nice and strong on that supporting foot and see if you can hold it there. Breathe. And slowly come down. Good, and shake it out. Well done. Okay, now we are on to Tendues and fondues. All right, so we're going to start with our legs turned out in a first position, zipping up the core, locking in that inner corset. We're going to plie, we're going to swish, we're going to plie and stretch. Plie, stay on a bent supporting leg, swish the leg in front of you, close and stretch. Plie, swish, plie, stretch. Arm out to the side, plie, swish, plie, stretch. Let's go to the side. Plie, swish side, plie and stretch. Remember to really squeeze those legs. So we're not just straightening, we're squeezing them. Plie, switch, stretch this leg. So you always want to stretch out your legs as much as you can in ballet. Your leg is either bent or it's straight. There's nothing in between. So when it's straight, it's really, really straight. And when it's bent, it's really bent. Good, last one. Let's do it to the back. Plie, switch to the back. Plie. So you want to be aware that you're not rolling this ankle. Don't let that ankle kind of roll forward with the strain. Maybe just turn your feet in a little bit more. You don't need to be super turned out in your first position. Good, keeping this hip down, using the glute muscles to extend backwards. Good, keep that leg turned out. Don't overarch in the lower back, just off the floor. Good, and now we're going to turn our legs parallel. We're going to bring our legs to our ankle. Bend in a plie, and then we're just going to extend to 45 degrees. Bend both legs back to your ankle and extend. 2, 3, 4 to the side. 1, back to plie. 2, 3, 4 to the back. 1, using those glute muscles. 2, 3, 4, and to the side again. 1, 2, feeling it. 3, 4, good. Stay in your plie. We're going to bring this leg in front into an attitude, and we're just going to lift up the knee. Try and getting it to 90 degrees if you can, using the core muscles to do so. So little toe taps. You're on a bent supporting leg. Your legs are parallel, so we're not turned out in this one. And we're really just using the power of the hip flexor and our abdominals and our quad to lift that leg up. Let's turn it out. And now we're going to do the same thing but turned out. So it's like you're trying to bring your knee to your armpit. That's it. Good, we want to not sway and tip the body. Keep this hip down and just move that knee up like you're really crunching into this hip flexor and into this oblique muscle. Crunch that knee up. Feel these abdominals working and engaging. Good, let's go back to parallel and let's do it at the back. So you're lifting that leg up parallel. Internally rotate that knee. Back down and up. Good. Down and up. Using that hamstring, the glute. Keeping that leg internally rotated. Don't let that knee open out to the side. Good. 3 and 4. Good. Coming up. Shake it out just for a moment. All right, we are going to stay on the side and do our adage and grand battement exercises. So we are coming into a fourth position, arm up overhead. And as we lift up, attitude devant, it's going to be a grand battement. So you're kicking that leg up as high as you can. Stay on a bent supporting leg, turned out. Really using your abdominal muscles to lift that leg up. Keep it nice and bent. It's in an attitude position. And just kicking up to where you feel comfortable. So if it's only just off the floor, that is absolutely fine. You can just lift it with control. If you're a little more advanced and you're feeling loose and flexible, then by all means go ahead and kick that leg up. Good. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Let's change to the back. Same thing. Kicking that leg up. Back into your fourth plie. Change. Good. So staying in a turned out position and trying not to dive the body too far forward. We do kind of want to keep the chest upright as we're doing this. We don't want to kind of dip all the way forward. All right, we're trying to be as close to ballet as what we can. 3 more, 2 more. Last one. Good. Let's face the side and let's go do the same thing to the side, but we're going to alternate sides this time. So we're going to go through a plie, and then as we lift, we're going to bring that knee up to our armpit. Now, if this is just feeling too tight for you, you're welcome to just take the leg up to a retire position. So the foot comes close to the other leg. If it's feeling like it's too much on the inner thighs, to really kick that leg up to the sky. Good. Otherwise, you're going through a nice deep grand plie in second and alternating, lifting the knee up to the other shoulder. So that's what we're aiming for, keeping our back nice and long and straight. 3 more, 2 more, last one. Good. All right, let's come into a retire position, lifting up that knee nice and high, and we're just going to rond de jambe and take it into an attitude. Let's actually turn out the front leg as well. So we're bringing the leg back into retire parallel, turning it out and taking it into an attitude. Bend the supporting leg, straightening everything up and bend. Good. And straighten it up and bend. 4 more like this. You're doing really well. Good. And 3. Good. 2. Always working that hip mobility, working our glutes. Last one. Good. All right, coming into parallel legs, I want you to extend that leg and you're coming forward into a tabletop position. And I don't want this hip to be open. I really want you to revolve that hip down so that the sole of your foot is pointing up to the ceiling. And then we're just going to come up to stand upright and again to tabletop. And up to upright and tabletop, keeping our legs nice and straight and really focusing on the hamstring of the supporting leg to kind of lift and lower us. Good, squeeze those glutes. Last one here. Let's hold it in tabletop. Really use your support against the bar. And we're just going to lift and lower that leg. Using the glute muscles, keep inwardly rotating that leg. So we don't want the legs to turn out here. We want perfectly parallel legs. Good. 3 more. 2 more. Last one, let's hold it up there. Let's flex the foot and let's do little hamstring curls, open and close. Again, inwardly rotating that back leg. So we don't want this knee to open out to the side. Sole of the foot coming to face the ceiling. 5, 4, 3, zip up the core. 2, last one, hold it there. Let's do little pulses, trying to kick the ceiling for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come down. Shake it out. Good. All right, we've got to do everything on the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and move my chair. There we go. And we are starting with our Tendues and fondues on this side. So we've got a first position. We're going to plie. We're staying on a nice bend supporting leg. And we're going to swish, plie, and straighten. Squeeze those legs. Plie, swish, plie, straighten. Good. Remember your long earrings. That's it. Keep going. And let's do it out to the side. Inner corset, squeeze it, zip up the core, lengthen the neck. Bend, really straighten that leg. Bend and straighten. Remember, there's no in between bent and straight legs. They're either all the way bent or all the way straight. Good, last one. Let's go to the back. Good. Plie, extend that leg. Plie and rise. Plie, extend. Plie and rise. Good. And last one. Good, let's come to parallel legs and we're going to bring the leg to the ankle, bending both legs, and we're going to extend both legs and bend both. Extend and both. That's it. Bending and straightening those legs, getting a real workout. 2 more. Last one. Good, out to the side. Back to the ankle. Shoulders down. Zip up that core. Nice strong core. And to the back. Keep the legs parallel. Good, especially to the back. Internal rotation. Don't let that hip open. Good. Good. All right, let's come back to bending the legs, tapping this foot, and we're just going to lift up slowly in parallel, lifting our leg devant, attitude devant, seeing if you can get your knee up to parallel to the floor, 90 degrees. If it's not possible for you, that's fine. 3 more. 2, 1. Good. Let's go ahead and turn it out for second position. So we're trying to lift that knee up into our shoulder, trying to tuck it into our armpit. Feel the obliques really crunching and extending themselves. You can keep your arm out to the side. 2, 1. Good. Back to parallel for the back. Lifting it up, inward rotation. That's it. So in this position, I really like to focus on my hamstrings and my glutes, building a beautiful shape there. That's it. 3, 2, last one. Good, and shake it out. Let's go into our adage and grand battement. So we're in our 4th position, and we're going to be kicking that leg up into attitude devant. Stay on a bent supporting leg. So we're not stretching the bottom leg, we're staying down nice and low, kicking that leg up as high as what you can manage. So don't go beyond your limitations here, because it's a kick and we're using momentum. If you go too far, you could pull something. So just go within your own limits. 3 more. 2. Last one. Let's change over to the back. And down. Good. Using that arm, coordinating leg and arm to make it pretty, and also build the muscles in that arm, the strength in the shoulders. Last one. Good. Let's face the side. Same thing, side to side through a grand plie. Remember, you can, if you want, just bring the leg to retire. If it's feeling like too much of a stretch on the inner thighs, or anywhere for that matter, you don't have to kick the legs up as high. You can just take it down. The aim is to get that knee as close to the armpit as you can, but always working within your own body. Good. 3 more. 2, 1. Good. All right, so legs are turned out. We've got our right leg in a retire. Let's bend the supporting leg. Take it round to the back, attitude. Bringing it round to the front and straighten. Bending it round to the back, attitude derriere, and round to the front. Hip mobility. Good. So in this case, attitude derriere, our leg is turned out. Our knee is open to the side. That's going to change after 3 and 2. Last one here, and 1. Good. Let's turn the legs in. All right, extend, and we're coming up. We're going to go between upright and tabletop. Inhale, exhale, tip forward, tabletop, inwardly rotate that back leg. Coming up. Good, and exhale. Zip up the core. We still have to hold on to the core all the time, shoulders down, neck is long. So fight for it when your body's hard. This is when it counts the most. 3 more. 2 more. Last one, hold it there. Just lift and lower the back leg. Keep it nice and straight. I don't want any bent knees. You're just working perfectly straight legs. Zip up the core and pelvic floor. 3 more. 2 more. Last one, hold it up. Flex that foot. Hamstring curls for 10. 9. 8. Internal rotation. 7. Use that hamstring, use the glute. 6. You got this. 5. Zip up the core. 4. 3. 2. Last one, like you're trying to kick the ceiling for 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Good. Coming up. Shake it out. Good. Let's do a forward fold, holding hands onto the bar and just see where you're at. Lengthen beneath the armpits. Maybe you can allow your heart to melt through your arms. Bit of an upper back stretch. Hold it there, breathe, stretch out the backs of the legs. Breathe into the back of the body, the back of the rib cage, the sides of the rib cage. And if you can, you take it down to the seat of the chair or maybe to the floor in kind of a downward dog, forward fold. Hold it there, stretch those legs. See if you can walk the hands in closer, forward fold. Good. Breathe, hold it there. Inhale, exhale. Slowly coming up, holding onto the chair. I'm going to bring my right foot forward, take my left leg back into a nice deep lunge. Holding it there, I'm going to drop my back heel and drop my back knee. Lift the arms up. Open them out, twist. Maybe you can grab onto your back leg, deepen the twist. Good. Leaning forward. Maybe you can extend the back knee. Good. Hold it there. Hands come down. Let's do a skandasana. Lifting up the back knee and just turning into a straddle position. Sitting down. And then grabbing your hand to the opposite ankle. Lifting up and folding over. Trying to push this knee away from you. Flex the opposite foot, side bend. Maybe you can even grab the opposite toes, side bend. If you're just hovering in up here, that's perfect. Just keep trying to push the bent knee away from you and come up and swiveling the hips back. Good. Let's just come up, change legs, and again, nice deep lunge. Dropping down onto the back knee, onto the back toes. Good. And let's see if we can take our arms up and open into a twist. Maybe you can grab your back thigh, deepen the twist. Good. Lunge forward, lift up that back leg. Hands come down, and can you turn into a skandasana? A straddle position, sitting down, opening the opposite knee, grabbing the opposite ankle, lifting up and over into a side bend. Maybe you can reach over and grab your toes. Hold it there. Breathe. Slowly release. Coming into a cross-legged position, and let's just do some cat and cow. Arch, contract, and arch, contract. Last one. Contract. Deep breath in, and breathe it out. Well done. I really hope that you enjoyed that bar class and your body is feeling warm and juicy and gooey. So if you liked this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and of course subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, I will see you in our next workout.